If you ask what it was while we tied in a row, what it was about fishing, I might say, well, I don't know. Could be the ocean, near the mountains, yeah, and running my own show with my predator instincts as a symptom of the whole, with a kind's ancient soul. Hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. If you ask what it was while we tied in a row, what it was about fishing, I might say, well, you know, we're just floating boats, and those boats float the show. Love it or leave it as maintenance goes, a boat's a machine, stem, stern, or foe. Yes, and machines say what isn't, and machines say what's so. Not confined to these times, hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row, where the purposeless wild remains the sea's theme, still tied to the holds of the fisherman's dreams, still tied to more loads of the fish from the sea, from the watershed's runoffs, in the sea's salinities, in the mix of the whole unconcerned anarchy. It's itself for itself in the upwelling's feed, for the birds and their prey, for the whole ocean's needs, for our tenders to buy and our seasons to be, where addictions are costly and so hard to let go, so caught in the flow from exhausted machines. Hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. And so attached, you know, attached like sea lice, to black stack smoke's rise, so attached to the skies, to sea's circulation with the still rolling dice, to acidification on our boats running nice, to procrastination, whatever the price, with the kind's ancient soul. Hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. Yes, and it ties so metaphoric as those lines at the dock, as sea's circulation through everyday thought, as purpose and order strain at man's feeble knots that chafe at the binds, where unconscious knows not that inside is outside. It's just tied to the dock, like outside is inside, like fish chowder stock. Self-nourished is self as a symptom of the whole, like a kind's ancient soul. Hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. Yes, and it ties to the culture, shared out on those docks as generations of families take the same wooden walks by their kind, so aligned with the boats that they've got, by the bend of their wills, by the bends of their knots, as a symptom of the whole, catching fish from the sea with the strains of the chase of an ancient kind's breed. Oh, it rolls so metaphoric in the ways of these themes, in our up and down seasons, in our worn out machines, under skies, unconcerned of our purposeful deeds, where all is one function, and spontaneously. It's itself for itself, so all is at risk, from fishing boat captain to cotton-soled fish, as the pull of the forces resist bound to persist. Yes, and purpose is just purpose, but if purpose insists, with a kind's ancient soul, hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. Yet it ties to the risks. Yeah, and the summer spent gone and the stress of far families. Yeah, and marriage going wrong. And dogs that just wait till their boat owners show with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. Yeah, and the risks are on the docks, like that dog off its leash. And it runs through the homes of each fishing fleet. And it runs through the bars by the drunks at their seats, by their stories retold of their lives' common themes, by the jaded old sea dogs and youthful new dreams, where it howls and it whines for new opportunities as its wagging tail's heads tethered straight to the sea, as a symptom of the whole, with a kind's ancient soul. The hunter-gatherers go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. In the hearing loss numb of machinery's hulls, above harbor-scummed water lines, below harbor-bound gulls, the wild ocean's web strand, now scientifically exposed. Much more is now known and the obvious shown. Strands tied to those docks where the tenders unload. With our high-tech awareness and our role in this show, where purpose and order versus actual control in the actual purposeless of the actual whole, where the ways of the ancients meet addictions of time, where boats can untie but stay tied in a bind, is a symptom of the whole. Yes, in times burning up for an ancient kind's soul. Hunter-gatherers still go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row. So if you ask what it was while we tied in a row, I'd say it's the purpose and the order that the sea does not know. It's the safety and the reason from the flow of the whole. But afloat in what flows with such purposelessness, it's itself for itself if destructive it is. And survival's extinction is no concern to the whole, if too modern in purpose or too ancient in soul. It's itself for itself, and the hunter-gatherers will go with the kind of the mind to tie all in a row.